Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
This morning, outdated flood warning systems have Hill Country residents worried. What lawmakers uncovered in a lengthy hearing and what's next for the community's safety.
And a dog that neighbors are describing as a man-eater attacking its own owner, leaving her in critical condition. What triggered the attack at a Northside apartment complex.
And a local family still hurting as they celebrate their late mother's 79th birthday. She's been missing for more than a decade. How they are turning their hurt into help for those in the Hill Country.
And a good Friday morning to everyone out there. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Have a little bit of a bro show this morning. But
I think so.
We do have Shelby in the building.
Shelby's going to keep us straight here, hopefully.
Yes.
Japhanie, she's enjoying a long weekend, and so we'll see her next week.
Yeah, I think she's actually flying out right now. She may be streaming us right now. So enjoy a little bit of your time off, Jaff.
Well, she was texting us, and she's one of those people, and you know, we can bring Shelby in here. I don't know how they do it. They don't sleep. They do not sleep.
So does this mean I'm one of the bros today?
You could be, yeah.
Whatever you want.
I mean, I'll take it.
You put in some long hours this week, too. So
that is
you
true.
do you.
I mean, Sarah Spivey and Justin Horn have been able to enjoy a much-needed vacation for them. I'll be taking mine in just a few weeks, but instead, I'm going to be enjoying some more temperatures in those 90s, but we're also seeing some rain today. Right now, we're sitting at about 78 degrees in San Antonio, 74 in New Braunfels and Uvalde, 70 degrees in Kerrville, and Kerrville's almost sitting in those 60s. So that's important to know, especially because yesterday we got to 100 degrees. So the fact that some areas this morning were sitting in those 60s is definitely notable. But later today, our peak temperature getting into those mid to upper 90s, but then we start to see the rain chances return, specifically right after lunchtime and especially into the afternoon in your evening hours, overnight tonight. That's when we're starting to see the 20 to 30% chance of rain, and even 40% chance of rain tomorrow as that cloud coverage is really starting to reappear. Right now, we're still continuing to see those clear skies, but just look to areas of Houston, Beaumont, even in areas of Lake Charles. They're starting to see that cloud coverage and even some showers, and that's associated with a few things. That few showers in areas along the Florida or along the Louisiana and Texas coastline. That's where the National Hurricane Center was watching that 10% chance of rain. But for us, what we're watching is that upper level low, that upper level disturbance. That's that low pressure system that we've been talking about all week that's going to continue to allow for that deep saturated moist air in areas of the Gulf, giving us more chances of rain today, tomorrow, and even as we go throughout next week. So here's what you need to know. Rain chances today and tonight return back to 30%. Tomorrow, we're looking at a 40% chance of rain. San Antonio has their greatest chance Saturday morning, but then we continue to still see that possibility as we head throughout Saturday night and through Sunday night. We finally start to taper off. More chances coming up later next week, but I'll talk about the rain chances, give you a future cast of what you need to know coming up in just a bit. But RJ, how are the roads looking outside right now?
All right. Thank you very much for that, Shelby. Let's take a look at your traffic authority. And again, good morning to all of our folks out there about to hit the highways here across the San Antonio area. 35 at Topper Wine. Things are starting to clear out here after some overnight construction. Earlier, that one camera shot was showing this large convoy of trucks making their way on the northbound lanes of 35. But traffic is starting to move along there on the northeast side of town. Starting to see a little bit of delays right there, southbound traffic. But 1604 at Heebner Road, traffic is moving along pretty smooth in this one stretch, despite some overnight construction, basically from Blanco all the way to Northwest Military Highway. Again, that would be the westbound lanes of 1604 that are being affected at the moment, but it looks like for the most part no major delays at this point. A little bit further out, far northwest side, 1604 Cowsill Parkway. This is going to be our traffic on 1604 going north to east, a little bit towards UTSA Boulevard, and obviously we still have some ongoing construction right there. You see it in the underpass right there under some of the parts of 1604. But traffic for the most part moving along that stretch of the northwest side of town. Let's go to Alex right now on the roads for us this morning in DriveCam. Alex, what's up, man? Happy Friday.
RJ, RJ, good morning and happy Friday. I'm starting my drive out over here on the west side. I'm on 151 near Military Drive, and there is some construction still happening on the westbound lane. So 151 westbound, just watch out for construction happening there. They normally wrap up around 5 a.m. So around this time, I like to give them a little bit more time to completely wrap up. So just give them a little bit more time before they open up all the lanes, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Alex. Checking on things for our drivers on the west side of town. Okay, our top story this half hour, a brutal dog attack at a Northside apartment complex has left the dog's owner in critical condition. Neighbors are calling for that dog to be put down. SAPD says the pit bull attacked its 31-year-old owner while she was trying to keep it from biting someone else. The dog badly mauled the woman's arm and she was rushed to hospital in critical condition. Neighbors say that this was not the first time the dog has actually bitten someone, and they're worried this situation could have been much worse.
My friend was attacked by the dog, almost took his arm off. He's a man eater. And I'm thinking, what if it was a child? You know, someone small.
So we checked with Animal Care Services. They tell us that they have not received any reports of previous attacks, but has issued the dog owner several citations, including not having proof of rabies vaccinations. Right now, they are holding the pet in quarantine.
You may recall the teenager who showed up to Rhodes Middle School back in May wearing what police described as a mask, camo jacket, and tactical pants. He was charged with terrorism at the time, but so far, only a charge of possessing a prohibited weapon has been filed. However, the boy's grandmother, speaking through a translator, gave us more details about his relationship with the boy's mother, Ashley Pardo, who is also facing charges in this case.
El niño ha sido abusado.
And the boy, he has been abused
Física y emocionalmente
physically and
por la mamá
emotionally
y el
by the
padrastro.
mom and the stepfather.
Y él se ha mantenido callado
And
por proteger la mamá.
he stayed quiet to protect his mom.
So the judge denied the grandmother's request for the boy to stay with her. We've also learned more about his arson case that ended in a mistrial last year. An appeals court has ordered a retrial to take place. Meanwhile, Pardo is out on bond awaiting an indictment.
Well, this morning on their mom's 79th birthday, the family of Pauline Diaz could not celebrate. They say that their mom is still missing after all these years. And again, it's been almost 15 years since she was last seen. This all happened on December 7th, 2010. Pauline was last seen walking out of the HEB that she worked at Southeast Military Drive. And just down the road is where her two daughters, Juanita and Paula, come every year holding signs and holding out hope that someone with answers will come forward.
So this is what we have to do to be her voice, to find her and bring her back home.
Well, getting justice for their mom has pushed Juanita and Paula to help other families. She works with Search and Support San Antonio and spent time over the last 2 weeks in Kerr County. Her team was looking for missing people after the deadly Hill Country floods.
All right, so this morning there is confusion and concern in the Hill Country. Why hasn't the Upper Guadalupe River Authority upgraded its flood warning system? Lawmakers questioned UGRA leaders during an 11-hour hearing, citing a Houston Chronicle report that the agency raised property taxes nearly 50% after the deadly 1987 flood to fund alerts. But decades later, those systems remain outdated. UGRA says they need more money. Lawmakers say they simply chose not to improve it after missing out on grant funding.
We weren't successful in achieving these match dollars in order to move this project forward. We tried, we didn't get it. And so when the regional flood planning process came about, we thought, well, maybe now this will be an opportunity to try to get grant funding again for that.
Sad thing, that's what makes me upset, is that the Upper Guadalupe River Authority had the funds to purchase the sirens, and because they didn't get a grant, they chose not to purchase the siren warning system.
Well, the same committee will be in Kerrville next Thursday on July 31st.
Okay, let's take a look at some of your morning headlines. Arnie?
Very good, sir. President Trump signed a $9 billion spending cuts package into law on Thursday. Republicans used a little-known presidential budget rule to get around the Senate filibuster and pass the bill last week. The package includes cuts to foreign aid programs approved by Congress and funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It also makes permanent recommended cuts from the Department of Government Efficiency. Mr. Trump also signed the Filing Relief for Natural Disasters Act. This law lets the IRS delay tax deadlines for people affected by state-declared disasters.
Okay, across the state, Texas Democratic lawmakers criticizing a Republican-led redistricting effort Thursday at the state capitol. The House Redistricting Committee met, but the chair said that there's no bill or new map to review. Governor Greg Abbott added that redistricting to this month's special session. This follows a Justice Department letter calling the current maps unconstitutional. Democrats say that this is a move to help Republicans keep control of the House next year. The committee chair said that he sees no evidence the current map violates the Voting Rights Act.
And we do have rain chances returning to the forecast as we go throughout the weekend. Higher chances closer to the Gulf Coast, and it's going to be sporadic brief downpours. I'll give you a future cast of what you need to know coming up in just a bit.
Project Marvel is back at City Hall later on today. San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones called for this scheduled meeting.
And San Antonio sports is gearing up runners for the new San Antonio Marathon taking place this December. How this exciting event welcomes runners of all levels.
Hi, we're back now, 5:14, and happening today, Project Marvel will be back on the agenda to be discussed at a 1 o'clock San Antonio City Council meeting. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones called this meeting to once again look at the costs. So, of course, the most high-profile part of the Project Marvel is a new Spurs arena proposed for the southwest corner of Hemisphere. The last time we heard from Mayor Jones about Project Marvel is when she told us, quote, "This is the people's money, and we, of course, have to account for what the people want today and obviously in the future," end quote. Now, she spoke with us again last night about why she called this meeting for today.
Reporting has shown that, the Spurs are asking the city for $500 million, and they're looking to themselves chip in $500 million. Again, we've got to make sure the numbers make sense for our community. And folks are asking, can we get some of that concession money? Can we get some of that parking? Can we get, right? It's because I think in folks' minds, it's not just how do we pay for it, but again, it's also how does the community benefit?
So again, that city council meeting is scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon. We will be live streaming that meeting, and we will have a crew there. San Antonio Sports kicked off the Road to Race Day to get runners ready for the inaugural San Antonio Marathon coming up in December. The event replaces the Rock and Roll Running Series, which was also in the Alamo City for 16 years until its final race last year. The new marathon has a lot of excitement around it, and it still holds the same values, an event where everyone can run regardless of experience. The San Antonio Marathon will take place December 7th, and you can register right now. We have a link to do that at KSAT.com. Just search San Antonio Marathon.
Should be a lot of fun. I got to sign up for that.
I got to train.
Okay, that too. Yeah. Over 150 backpacks filled with school supplies were handed out to kids of service members at the Missions game yesterday. Pretty cool here. The event was put together by the Semper Fi and America's Fund. The supplies were sorted out by grade, so every kid got what they needed as they head back to school.
We are very happy to go back to school and thankful for all the supplies we got, like the pencils, erasers, highlighters, all the basic things we need for class.
So the organizers also covered some tickets for those kiddos right there and a buffet for everybody. This is the third year that they've done this back to school giveaway. All right, Ernie, I know you're making plans for the kids to go back to school as well.
I know. Oh, I got to buy some school supplies myself.
It is right around the corner.
Is it tax-free weekend coming up soon?
I believe so. Maybe the weekend before school or not?
Well, yeah, it's in August. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check on that here. Right. Checking on the traffic situation, as Alex mentioned earlier, we had some overnight construction right here along 151 over by SeaWorld. That's going to be right before you get over to 1604 and Westover Hills for all of our drivers on the west side of town. But this has popped up. This is actually an accident that's off of 151 and 14. 410. So it's being reported as a car fire by the San Antonio Fire Department page. So again, not a TxDOT reporting right now. This is San Antonio Fire Department reporting a car fire right here in Ingram and Water Street. So for anyone familiar kind of with this one stretch of 151 and 410, we are dealing with a car fire out there. And I'll check in with Alex in just a little bit if he is still out on the west side of town. 35 southbound, seeing a little bit of delays due to some overnight construction, but so far have not heard anything from TxDOT about any long-term closures this weekend along 1604 on the northwest side and the northeast side as well. But if we get that information, we'll share that with you. 1604, this entire stretch is still closed. This is going to be our westbound lanes, Northwest Military, basically all the way to Blanco Road. And this is being reported as a full closure right now of all the westbound lanes of 1604. Okay, so I'm getting word that Alex is, in fact, at an incident. So let's check in with him in Drive Cam for us, our photojournalist on the ground. And Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. This incident's going to be over here on the west side at the intersection of Ingram Road and Water's Edge. So it looks like we do have this vehicle in it, and it went straight through this brick wall right here. It's like a brick fence. So thankfully that wall was able to stop this car. If not, that car would have just went into the house that's pretty much nearby right here. So police are on scene right now. Just know that Ingram Road headed westbound is going to have one lane open, but I am going to keep an eye on this one because this scene is getting a little bit bigger, and I'm hearing that some people are actually getting detained right now. So again, Ingram Road and Water's Edge on the west side, we are going to have some delays in this neighborhood.
Thank you very much for that update, Alex. Again, he is on the spot and giving us the very latest information out there. Shelby?
Well, guys, right now we're still sitting kind of muggy temperatures, still sitting in the 70s. Bernie now sitting at 68 degrees. And this is interesting considering yesterday we were already at the triple digits, was our peak temperature, 100 degrees in San Antonio. Right now we're still sitting a little cooler, a little more comfortable, sitting at about 78 degrees. But later today, that's going to change. We're tracking some rain chances, and I wanted to get straight into the futurecast so you know what you need to know as you're planning your day today and you're planning your weekend, considering tomorrow is Saturday. So what we've been talking about is that area of low pressure and all of that saturated available moisture in areas of the Gulf. Well, throughout the day today, we're going to continue to see that cluster of showers and storms really start to piece together and move closer into areas of South Texas. Now in San Antonio today, we are just going to see some light showers. We can see maybe a brief downpour if we see anything, but most of the showers and the storms are going to be well to the east of us and even along the Gulf Coast, in the coastal plains. Now throughout the rest of your evening, we are going to continue to see a few showers and a few maybe thunderstorms creep their way into San Antonio. A little quieter overnight, but tomorrow morning, once again, we see that chance of some showers and storms. And I wouldn't be surprised if we did get some more showers and more activity in San Antonio tomorrow morning. And it still continues tomorrow afternoon, still seeing some just to the east and to the south of us. And that's because we still have that available moisture. All of that saturated air is still just sitting in areas of South Texas and even in areas of Texas. So Saturday evening, even though it looks like there is that chance of maybe the showers and storms stopping, that's because there's a little bit of that dry air trying to sneak in. But we get another last push as we go through Sunday and into Monday is when we finally start to see that dry air really take over. But that's just going to be on Monday and Tuesday. We have more chances of showers and storms next weekend, but otherwise it's going to be beautiful Monday and Tuesday. I know a lot of people hear rain and they get a little anxious because of what happened and what's been going on lately in the hill country. Well, good news is we're not expecting, and really flooding is very unlikely for San Antonio. There is a chance some areas of the coastal plains can be very saturated, so they can get maybe up to an inch or so closer to them, but in San Antonio, we're not looking at too much rainfall accumulation, guys.
Okay, so it's going to be just hot.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. Just normal Texas weather.
I did not go outside at all yesterday.
I did.
Full disclosure.
To go to the car and back into my apartment, and it was
when I left the station and I walked outside, I was like, whoa. It's like, this feels like triple digit
AC
heat now.
on blast.
Get in the car because I'm very delicate. All right, very good. 521 right now, 78 degrees outside.
All right, have you ever been locked out of your Instagram accounts? We're going to tell you why users are getting blocked even when they did nothing wrong. Plus, Google's new AI lets you try on clothes virtually. All right, interesting. We're going to show you how coming up after.
In today's Tech Bites, a new and improved iPhone. Apple says the iOS 26 features upgraded phone and message apps, along with enhancements to its AI-powered visual intelligence. It also has a new games app and is available for download as a public beta. Complaints are mounting from people who say they were wrongfully locked out of their Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp accounts. They're getting a message saying they violated Meta's standards on child sexual exploitation. Experts believe an AI program may be to blame for mistakenly flagging the accounts. And finally, Google says its AI-powered feature that allows you to try on clothes virtually is now available to millions more users. Online shoppers can upload a photo, then move a picture of the item over your body to see how it looks, and it only takes about 15 seconds. If you have trouble using this, just ask Tommy. He'll figure it out. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great weekend.
I did not get that.
No, this is just
okay.
Another bad pun.
All right, moving on to some other news here. We have help after a disaster. Usually starts off pretty strong and then obviously starts to go away a little bit. But long after the Guadalupe River returned to its limits, volunteers from across the country continue to help out the Hill Country.
Yeah, people from Mississippi, California, Indiana, even as far away as Alaska are still on the ground helping the Hill Country recover and rebuild. Many say they are not going to leave until the job is done.
We've been here for about 14, 15 days.
Okay, and how long do you plan on being here?
As long as they need us.
Well, volunteers are providing everything from food, shelter, places to meet, and even internet. Very important things there to those that are still reeling, obviously, from that devastating flooding in the Hill Country.
Yeah, I mean, just in the time that I was there, 2 weeks ago, I mean, you just meet people from all over the place. I know we've done stories on firefighters from Czechoslovakia and other people that have come in. It's just really remarkable, the outpouring.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been an all-hands-on-deck effort. And you think about smaller things like just internet. That sort of access, being able to sort of get that and kind of get back to a little bit of normalcy, obviously very important.
I think, was it 3 weeks ago today, right? Yeah. So
it's hard to believe.
No kidding. All right, 526 right now, 78 degrees outside.
All right, well, President Trump just signed a big executive order on, get this, college sports. We're going to tell you what this means for athletes and why there is some bit of confusion about enforcement.
Plus, our Devin Karp is taking a look at the first responders and pets helping crews on the ground in the Hill Country.
Welcome back to GMSA on this Friday as we start our 5:30 half hour, and we're talking about road tripping a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just driving and road tripping, and we were sharing experiences because you said you had driven to Florida.
Drove from here to Destin. It was about 11 hours, but we were talking about Buc-ee's. There were a couple of Buc-ee's on the way. I had to stop at one of them, the one in Mississippi.
Yeah, well, there's one in Alabama that we stopped at once upon a time, and Virginia just opened one recently, and so
it's a Buc-ee's. You have to go.
North Dakota doesn't have one yet.
They don't. Okay. They're opening one in Wisconsin, and I have some family up there, and they are so excited to go to when it's open.
The beaver nuggets are made out of cheese over there, I guess. But, yes.
And the world's cleanest bathrooms too, obviously.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're road tripping today, it's not going to be as hot as we were yesterday. I know a lot of people were seeing the temperatures in the triple digits, and it was very toasty for many. Right now, we're still sitting in those 70 degrees up in Canyon Lake, 72 in areas of Bulverde. But as you go closer to the Hill Country, Comfort and Bernie, they're sitting at about 69 and 68 degrees this morning. Still a few degrees cooler than most of us here in San Antonio, 72 degrees in Hondo. And today, we're expected to get to 96 degrees. Still cooler than the 100 we got yesterday, and then Saturday and Sunday. And even starting today, we're a few degrees cooler than what we were the last few days because we're going to see some rain and we're going to see that cloud coverage. So that's actually going to help us keep our temperatures a little at bay and a little cooler before we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. More temperatures jumping back up into those upper 90s. We get some clear skies before, once again, more rain chances return next Thursday, which is why we're going to sit at about 92 next Thursday. But that's later on. I'll talk about the rain chances for next week coming on later up. But so far, we've had 4 triple-digit days. Yesterday was the 4th. We got to exactly 100 degrees at the San Antonio airport. But we've only had 4 days. Normally, we're seeing at least a few more temperatures above or either at 100 degrees. Last year, we were already at 12. The year before, we were at 29. And back in 2020, I know a lot of people remember it was really toasty. We got to 45 days already year to date in the triple digits. Now, most 100-degree days was actually last year. We got to about 23, or in 2023, we got to about 75 days where we were at 100 or above. We're not expecting any more triple digits, at least for today and over the next few days, because of the rain chances. I'll talk about the rain chances, how much moisture is in the air, and how that will affect our temperatures coming up in just a bit. But how are the roads looking outside right now, RJ?
All right, thank you very much for that, Shelby. Yes, I remember 23. That was a brutal summer out there. So it's good to see that we haven't hit some of those triple-digit temps the way we have in the past. All right, 151 at 410. Traffic here is moving along here, but I did want to point out that we still have that accident that's seen over by Ingram Road and Water's Edge. So we're going to check back in with Alex and see if he's still out here. As he reported earlier, it looked like there was at least one vehicle involved, and we were getting some San Antonio police units out here at the scene as well. 35, it's being reported that 35 northbound is still seeing some construction activity. I don't see it right here at Topper Wine. It looks like traffic is moving along there. Northbound lanes, southbound lanes moving along. So you know what, we'll knock on wood a little bit there, and hopefully that will remain the case for our drivers on the northeast side of town. Back to the north side, 1604 Huebner. Earlier we had reports that 1604, this entire stretch basically from Northwest Military to Blanco Road, was closed due to some overnight construction, but it looks like things have started to clear out there. I have not seen very much movement on that camera there over the past couple minutes or so, but we'll keep an eye on that situation. Looks like a little bit past Northwest Military. We may have some activity right there in terms of some of our construction. All right, let's check back in with Alex Gomez and see how things are looking on the ground in Drive Cam. What's up, Alex? And wow, you definitely have a scene out there.
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Here's what's left of the scene over here. This is going to be on the west side again at the intersection of Ingram Road and Water's Edge Drive. You can see the damage to that brick wall right there. So we do have a tow truck now on scene. Just know that if you are going to be in the area, Ingram Road headed westbound has one lane open. That's not too far away from Highway 151. But again, we do have a tow truck now on scene. We could be seeing this scene clear within this 5 o'clock hour, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update. And again, just to let folks know, that's off of 151 and 410. Thank you, Alex.
All right, 5:34 now. So there have been thousands of first responders who have made their way across the country and the globe, really to help families in the Hill Country.
Absolutely. The work can definitely take a toll, but thankfully there is help on the ground, literally, from the Texas Emergency Medical Task Force. Devin is back with us here this morning, Devin Karp, to tell us more about the people and also the pets, Devin. They're giving first responders a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, one of the good things about being able to work out in the field is getting to meet pups like this one right here. Yeah, so this is Rudy, by the way, service dog, been doing a lot of great work over the years, helping out all kinds of different people across Texas. And he and some of the other trained mental health professional first responders are doing an important job for the people out there working hard day after day to help recovery efforts and give families closure. So the Emergency Medical Task Force is deployed by the state of Texas to come to different natural disasters or large-scale events where there's going to be lots of first responders needed. And that task force is made up of peer support of first responders, EMTs, firefighters, all with counseling training, talking to, comforting, and sharing stories with crews because they say that mental health is important for the neighbors affected by the floods, along with the first responders working on them, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time during meals, because they say the worst thing to do is shoving down and repressing hard feelings because those unresolved emotions take a toll.
It's not good for our first responders. And, you know, first responder suicide rates increase all the time. And so we are really working in our community and definitely within our region and within the state to impact that as much as we can. So the more we can talk to them on scene, debrief as best we can.
The EMTF says that along with working on shorter conversations for first responders in between those breaks, they also have resources for them for longer-term care closer to home in different parts of Texas, depending on where they're coming from. The team is still going to be there in Kerrville throughout the rest of the upcoming weekend at the First Responder Assistance Center set up in town, but they're also on call, ready to go to wherever they're needed, along with this guy too. RJ and Ernie.
All right, thank you very much for that, Devin. Yes, Rudy is adorable there. So you may remember this video capturing a man trying to evade ICE by hiding in a tree This happened back in April, but he is actually being deported for a second time. Yesterday, a federal judge released Raul Aikel to ICE agents and then again to start the deportation process. According to ICE, Aikel is a Guatemalan national who faced federal criminal charges for illegal re-entry after deportation. Back on April 29th, Aikel fled authorities during a traffic stop on the west side of town. You see that video right there? He hid in a tree for at least 6 hours before he came down and was arrested.
All right, the people living along Scenic Loop have been fighting against the Guajolote Ranch development in northwestern Bexar County for years, saying that the wastewater treatment plant will make San Antonio's drinking water unusable. Neighbors, researchers, even the former mayor of San Antonio are all worried that it could impact the quality of the water that we drink. Now, as the state of Texas deliberates whether or not to grant a wastewater treatment plant permit, there are a number of ways that locals are fighting it.
Public comment line for the governor's office where you can leave a voicemail and registering your opinion. That's a real simple thing people can do. You could write a letter, but then absolutely, if you contact the lieutenant governor, to contact your state representative or state senator.
So we've reached out to Lennar, the construction company behind the development, multiple times. So far, they have not given us an interview on the potential impacts of the wastewater treatment plant. Well, President Trump signed a long-awaited executive order on college sports on Thursday. So the order bans third-party payments to college athletes for playing, but it does allow athletes to make money from endorsement deals. It also says revenue sharing between athletes and schools should protect women's and non-revenue sports. While the order sets the administration's policy, it does not spell out how it will be enforced.
Well, this morning, the Justice Department stepping up its legal fight against sanctuary policies, this time targeting New York City. The DOJ filed a lawsuit accusing the city of blocking federal immigration enforcement. Officials say that New York's sanctuary rules let undocumented immigrants with criminal records avoid detention and deportation. That comes after a recent attack where 2 men in the country illegally are accused of shooting and trying to rob an off-duty Customs and Border Protection officer. Both suspects had prior arrests. This lawsuit also follows similar actions against LA, New York State, and other areas with sanctuary policies that the DOJ calls, quote, unconstitutional.
Well, temperatures today or yesterday soared into the 90s, even getting to 100 degrees in San Antonio. But we've been very normal and very average. But coming up, we'll take a look at the temperatures and how the rain chances are going to affect that here in San Antonio in just a bit.
All right, Shelby, thank you. We're going to take you inside 2 San Antonio restaurants with shocking health inspection finds, including cockroaches and rotting food. Which spots failed and what's being done to clean them up? Coming up.
And right now, traffic is looking awesome all across the city. I'm on the highways this morning. I'll be checking things out on every side of town, and I'll let you know how conditions are looking like after the break.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio this Friday morning. So hopefully you're not eating breakfast.
Put your spoon down right now.
Exactly, because we're talking about live and dead roaches, rotting food in pantries, and dirty walls on floors, dirty floors as well. That is what our Danielle Ibarra witnessed at 2 San Antonio restaurants this week.
All right, well, she takes us behind the kitchen door.
What inspectors found inside Taqueria Jalisco 13 made this customer walk right out.
That's nasty.
We wanted to know if the Southwest Side restaurant cleaned up their act. Employees told us no manager was there.
Okay, well, we need to ask questions about the food report because
I don't know English. Just a little word English.
Okay, I can speak Spanish too because some of the things that the food inspector found, dead water cockroaches throughout the restaurant as well as live German roaches.
Isn't this Taqueria? This Taqueria Jalisco?
6010 Old Pearsall. This is its restaurant.
Metro Health wrote up the restaurant for having an improperly sealed back door. In a pantry, an inspector found moldy jalapenos and tomatoes and food rotting on the floor.
If you read this report, would you eat at this restaurant? Si tú quisieras comer aquí y le dices ese reporte, quisieras comer aquí?
We headed up to Colony Drive on the northwest side to visit a supermarket we featured back in 2021. This time, Metro Health hit Man Pansan Supermarket with 17 violations. Throughout the store, an inspector noted dirty floors and walls, along with live and dead pests.
How have you guys cleaned that up?
Okay, so for that we have make an appointment for the pest control.
One of the issues that the inspector found is that an employee was using a rag to clean off a knife between chicken and goat. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, at that time maybe he forgot to maybe change.
The manager says he's worked to fix all the issues.
Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
That's what's behind the kitchen door. I'm Danielle Ibarra.
Okay, so again, hopefully you were not eating during that segment.
You may now resume breakfast.
Yes. Breakfast can resume on this Friday. Okay. Yeah. And God bless Daniela and obviously Luis Cienfuegos giving us that information there with Metro Health.
Especially the last few days when it's been so toasty outside, going out and in, the difference between the air conditioning and the heat of just outside can be kind of shocking.
Yeah, plus I'm even seeing a lot more of these little bugs and creepy crawlers kind of just make their way out. I guess they're looking for some type
They're
of
trying to come inside.
Yeah. I mean, we will gladly allow the heat and any rain to come in, just the bugs can stay away. You're waking up, temperatures still sitting in those 70s and even 80 degrees in areas of Del Rio, 78 degrees in San Antonio, still a little cooler in the Hill Country, sitting at about 68 in Boerne. Now, once again, we've been telling you about the rain. Well, the rain right now hasn't even gotten close to areas of San Antonio. Here's where your setup is and where the rain actually is. So that high pressure, that's what we've been seeing be responsible for the warmer temperatures, the triple digits yesterday, and a bit of that clearing in the afternoon. That's continuing to push into areas of Arkansas and then eventually Tennessee and Nashville later today. But that low pressure, that's continuing to see all of that moisture just near areas of Houston and even getting into areas of Lake Charles right here, just off sides and off of the shoreline. All that moisture will then get brought into areas of South Texas over the next few hours, and that's what we're watching for, the chance for some rain later today, tomorrow, and even as we get closer to the weekend. And with that, it's also going to allow our temperatures to be a little on the cooler side. So once again, here's your rain chances. Just about a 30% chance for the day today for San Antonio, 30 tonight, 40% tomorrow, and that's mostly going to be San Antonio and the coastal plains. And then we start to taper off as we get into Sunday and even Sunday evening. And with that, the rain chances are also going to give us the temperatures cooling down as well. Because the rain, normally if you see any rain, you get a little bit of a breeze, you get those temperatures cooling down by just a smidge. Well, that combined with the cloud coverage is going to allow our temperatures to be on the cooler side. We're talking 96 today, 93 tomorrow. Still going to be fairly warm, but we're going to be more seasonable. We're seeing temperatures a little closer to average compared to the temperatures in the triple digits. Now, once again, today and tomorrow, we will continue to see the temperatures still on the warmer side. Today, expect about 96 in San Antonio, 102 in Carrizo Springs along the Rio Grande and even down near Cotulla. But that's normally where we see the temperatures a few degrees warmer, or even just then a few degrees above everyone else, especially in the Hill Country, especially in areas of San Antonio. But the rain chances will also continue to contribute to what our actual peak temperature is going to be, not only for us in San Antonio, but as we go throughout the next few days. Now, once again, here's your 7-day forecast, kind of wrapping everything up in a nice little bow for you. Today, once again, temperatures going to still be a little on the cooler side. Tomorrow we get below average. Our average is 96. So today and Sunday, we will be exactly average. But still tracking the chance of rain. 30% today, 40% starting tomorrow. And then as we go into Sunday and even Monday, that's when we start to see the conditions really start to quiet down a little bit. But if you're near the coastal plains or even closer just to the east of us, closer to Houston, you can expect the rain chances to be higher because that's where we're tracking more moisture. Monday and Tuesday, once again, quieter conditions, temperatures getting back up into those upper 90s, still seeing some mostly clear to even a little bit of that partly cloudy skies on Monday and Tuesday. But what we're watching once again is more upper level disturbances returning to areas of South Texas Wednesday and Thursday. That is still a week away. And yes, it is still something to keep on our radar, which is why I'm mentioning it. About a 20 to 40% chance next week. I'll talk about coming up later on how much rain we can see with that. Plus, once again, focus on what you can expect starting today and through this weekend coming up in later on, guys.
All right, thank you very much for that, Shelby. Let's take a look at your traffic authority because things on the northeast side are moving along for the most part. As we take a look here, a little bit of delays right here for our drivers coming south past Randolph Boulevard, headed towards parts of 410 and 35. So this is going to be our camera right there at 35 at Thousand Oaks. You see that traffic in both directions. Again, for the most part, moving along. So we will definitely take that, especially for our folks on the northeast side of town. Things are starting to clear out here. This is 151 at 410. And again, we had the reports of that crash earlier that involved that one vehicle, and also it looked like there was San Antonio police responding to this scene as well. And again, that's something that Alex had been reporting on over the last hour or so. Everything else across the city is looking okay for the most part. Do want to note that right now the fire department is reporting another car fire on Foster Road over by Old Seguin Road. So again, that's Foster Road. That's kind of the northeast, kind of east side over by the Kirby area. So we will continue to keep an eye on that situation and give you more details as we get them. And again, we'll check in with Alex again, the top of our 6 o'clock hour, but Ernie, everything else across the city is moving along on this Friday morning.
Okay, very good. Well, we have more to get to here. Coming up on 5:54 right now, school is about to start, and KSAT is offering a way to help you out. We're going to tell you how you could win $500 coming up.
Welcome back. KSAT wants to help you out as we approach back to school, so get out your phone and scan that QR code.
This morning, we're offering one lucky winner a chance to win a $500 gift card through a special back-to-school sweepstakes on GMSA rather. You can enter until noon on August 1st.
Yep, it is right around the corner. All right, Project Marvel is back on the agenda in today's special San Antonio City Council meeting. Coming up, we're going to tell you what the mayor just told us here at KSAT about how much this project might cost.